Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic, Boy with a Bone. Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, nothing of him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his knell. Ding dong, hark, now I hear them. Ding dong, bell. William Shakespeare, The Tempest, written 1611, Act 1, Scene 2, line 394. Oh, we are born of bone. We are brittle of bone. We dissolve back into bones of stone. I have a friend who eats bones. All bones, every bone, any bone, steak bone, chicken bone, pig bone, dirty bone, dead bone, bones. My friend grew up poor in the middle of America in the aftermath of the Great Depression, and he calls himself a good old boy, even though he isn't from the South, and he knows the value of a dime over a dollar, and he made himself become a human garbage disposal out of need, not out of habit. And if you don't have anything in your name or your soul, you want to make everything out of a little something. But what do we make of a person who will, at the dinner table, at a barbecue, during a school lunch, uninvitedly take your unfinished chicken scraps and eat them whole right in front of you? And I'm not talking about eating the meaty leftovers on a chicken wing. I'm talking about eating everything, the gristle, the bloody cooked veins, and the actual bones themselves. Yes, it's all a little alarming and a lot gross, but there is a certain begrudging admiration in the ability of one man-boy to totally consume and wipe off the face of this earth any evidence that a bone and its remnants ever existed. It's all a magic trick with the mouth, esophagus, and the acid in his stomach. Here today, gone in the next mouthful. There is no forensic proof left behind. This is the perfect killing machine. Now, my human meme friend, imagine with me just for a moment employing such a good old boy to overtake the remains of your murderer as he ingests all the muscle, gristle, and tendons of your victim, while crunching the bones into digestive dust as well. Oh, it's a grisly machine. Talk about hiring a cleaner. And eating a bone, any bone, is a noisy experience for anyone within earshot. A dog on a bone is nothing compared to my boy with a bone. He cracks the bone with a tooth, sucks out the marrow, and then continues to completely dissolve the bone in his mouth. It's an amazing and disgusting display of amplitude that few can suggest, let alone accomplish. And what is the point of removing all evidence of a carcass? Is it an emotional rendering? Is it intellectual proof of concept that I alone, he alone, rules the world of the undead and the living. Well, it may be mastered due to convenience and necessity. When, as a young child, you are deprived and hungry, you immediately do not become a picky eater. You instead consume all of what is before you, and you do that gratefully and willingly, and you finish your plate without being asked, by disappearing any and all bones. Oh, yes, the bones eater is a cleanser of the soul, leaving behind no evidence of regret or mourning. But the practical side of the bones eater is ingesting what was once alive so wholly and so immediately that awe becomes the answer of the observer. Eating everything of something is a human feat that counters no defeat. You cannot argue with his results. The results of nothing, what once was never is, and what can never shall be maybe again, the end to the beginning, not the giver of life, but the taker of death. What must it be like to have such power over the complete dismissal of what once sat before you for the comprehension and the consumption? We think we are finished eating, but when the bones eater steps in front of us and asks us to hold his beer, and he finishes what we cannot imagine ever before being the ending, the total annihilation of what we once supposed was a complete and fulfilling meal, is all proven against us in the chewing. And yes, we do eat to commune with the gods. We become satisfied by the sacrifice, until we realize that what we have been offered in no way is completely satisfying, until the bones eater is done with us in the final demonstration of the meaning of hunger. And in this essence we are made pale and wan in comparison of the meat against the bone, and in the calculation of the sinew against the incisor. Red in tooth and claw is now the standing warning against our bone eaters of destruction. As the soul leaves the body, and the inhalation of the heavens becomes the us of us in the sticky, starry hubris of ever thinking we might once again be able to leave behind an indelible mark of life. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.